Art can be controversial, but it can also be a medium for voices of social change, protest, or expressions of community desire. In many cities, graffiti is associated with decay, with communities out of control, and is so outlawed. Newtown is situated in Johannesburg's inner city. In the early 20th century, the area was originally used primarily for brickmaking, since the land was rich in clay. Due to its easy access to Johannesburg's railway lines, Newtown became a commercial trading hub as banks, brick companies, breweries, and fisheries were established in this area. The district has a politically turbulent past, and due to its multiracial diversity, it was the scene of some of the first forced removals in Gauteng implemented by the apartheid government. We interviewed Mr.Ekse, known as Mr.Ekse, about the piece that he was working on, titled JoVendor'sBurg, a tribute to the female vendors in Johannesburg.
Well, I'm a 90s kind of generation, so I've always been inspired by hip-hop from that era. And I was mainly inspired by hip-hop in the 80s and the 90s, so that's what inspired me to put my name up on the streets. Well, my major influences, of course, comes from the New York scene, which is like the Ducky 183s, the T-Kids, you know, all that. But of course, I also come from South Africa, and my major influences also come from Cape Town, which is people like Mac 1, Falco and them. You know, those are my biggest influences, and like people like Khocha. Those are the people that I look up and say, yo, you know, they started it, and I, you know, thanks for them having started it, and we came after. In graffiti, you must have a voice, and it's like you are a voice or you are a mouthpiece of 1,000 people. So I say what probably a lot of people want to say or can't say, you know, so that's where I come in. I say what, you know, I represent everybody in a way. Graffiti in South Africa is bubbling. It's like the hottest thing. If you look at Cape Town's scene, it's probably like one of the best scenes in the continent. And of course, like graffiti, it's not an everybody's sport. So the few people that do it, they are coming out excellently, you know. And how I kind of represent or come out different from everybody else is that I always use things like my background, my surrounding, that's kind of things that make me different from everybody else. No, I find that reference is very important. So I use a sketch in most times. Reference is mostly important because the outcome, you want the results to look, you know, magnificent. You want the outcome to be crisp. So you want the best reference that you can get. I always use reference. That's my take. No, look, it's a definite need. We need the corporate as much as, you know, like every artist needs to sell their art, you know. It's a need. It's both a need for the corporate and it's both a need for us. You know what I mean? First and foremost, we wouldn't be able to do big murals like this if it wasn't because of the people that realize, or the corporate that put in the money behind us, you know. There's a lot of cultures that influence me and how I paint. For example, I'm a Zulu guy, so of course there will be a Zulu culture that influences me. Secondly, I'm surrounded by 12 other, you know, cultures that's around South Africa. So all those other cultures also give and I take a little bit from them as well. And also, I'm also from a hip hop community or a hip hop generation or a hip hop culture. I also take from that. So you can imagine, like, that's kind of, you know, the sum of it all. Yeah, no, what inspired this artwork particularly is Newtown itself and the women that kind of run the city. I was highly influenced by that, particularly the woman that I'm close to, or the woman that, you know, that you would call the street vendors that sell at every street corner, you know. That was the main influence. So I kind of resonated that and looked at it from, like, those are kind of the people that are the pillars of the city, if you might say, you know. They are the backbones of the city and they are not much celebrated. So I wanted to say, you know, big up to all the women in the city or all the women in our country and continent. Also, we would like to thank Atibiri Attack and JT Coms on allowing this commission to go through, and everybody else that's been involved. We would like to thank you.